by ringing our bell, and then Marisa will sing just to start us off.
Be like water, my friend. You shall find a way around or through it. When nothing within us stays rigid, we decide the shape we're in. Empty your mind. Be shapeless, formless, like water. You can flow or you can crash. And we design the ways we give. Ooh. Ooh.
Thank you, Marisa. It's so lovely to hear your voice again. So welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for coming tonight. We're so glad you're here for this bridging ceremony, unlike any other that we have had before. So tonight, we celebrate and honor these bridging youth, and we mark this important transition in their lives and in the lives of their families. This is not the bridging or the end of year that we expected. Some of the youth have been able to attend their high school graduations, and some have not. Some are planning to go to college physically, some are staying home and learning remotely, some are taking some time off to work, or some combination of all of these things. But whatever the fall season holds, it is not what any of us expected. Instead, it is not what any of us planned. Instead, we have Zoom ceremonies, we have car parades, and we are finding new ways to celebrate you and to honor your resilience. And that is what we're doing tonight. So not all of our young adults could be with us tonight, but I'm so glad that Sarah, Izzy, Livy, and Julia are here. And in addition, Ivan, Catherine, Max, Trent, Jacob, and Henry are here in spirit and in photographs. So when we're back in person church and three-dimensional church, we will absolutely invite all of this year's bridgers to cross that now shaky and about, I don't know, maybe 15 years old wooden bridge, and to sign their name to the bridge as has become our tradition. But tonight is your bridging. And it is real, even without the actual bridge, the physical bridge, because your transition to adulthood is real, maybe more real than it has ever been, because of all of the uncertainty and changes and challenges you've already had to meet. And that is so much of what adult life is about. Meeting what comes your way with as much humor and grace and resilience as possible. And you have already become experts in that. So to Livy, Izzy, Sarah, and Julia, I want to tell you that the world needs you. The world needs your compassion, your intelligence, your self-knowledge, your commitment to justice more than ever. It is our hope that our church has given you some of the things that you will need to continue to travel on this road toward adulthood. We hope that we have given you the knowledge that you are beautiful, you are beloved, and you have great capacity to change the world for the better. We also hope you know that you can always come home to us. We always want to see you. We always want to welcome you. We always want to find a new place for you that works for you. And we always want to know how you are. So to the parents and grandparents of these youth, and really to all of us, it is hard to be a human sometimes, especially right now, when everything is uncertain and there are a lot of reasons to be afraid. But we know what helps: compassion, connection, humor, choosing to have faith in the goodness of people. These youth, your youth, are as spiritually prepared as they can be. They are generous, they care about the world, they are well loved. So tonight we send them into their adulthood. Yes, the world looks different, but in some ways the world always looks different. And it is always hard to let go of our children, no matter the circumstances. And that is why we have rituals like this, to help us move through these passages of life. So I want to thank tonight a few people. Very special thank you to Marisa Benson, who's joining us from Eugene, Oregon, and who is working remotely with our youth and young adults. Again, one of the wild blessings of pandemic is that geography doesn't matter anymore. Thank you to Liz for all of her work on the service, creating images and slides, and all of her work nurturing these youth over the past 10 years. Thank you to John Appleton for tech support, to Leo Premru and John Fry for sharing their beautiful musical gifts, and finally to Holly Estes for creating the postlude presentation. So as is our tradition, we will begin our service by lighting the chalice, the symbol of our faith. And I will light the chalice, and then Liz will say the words for chalice lighting.
Thank you. We are living in an unusual time. It is a time with limitations and also silver linings. We are learning in real time. First, we're learning how to be safe from contracting and from spreading a virus during this COVID-19 pandemic. Second, we're learning how to live with physical distancing and restrictions and how to stay connected to one another. And third, we're learning how to use our tools, how to see and find the silver linings and the unexpected good things in this difficult time. And in finding these, we chart a new focus on what we can do and what is possible instead of the limitations. This is a new beginning, and we are here with you. And you are here with us, and we witness and celebrate this milestone. Bridging symbolizes the journey into adulthood. The bridge can represent leaving one place and moving on to another. Yes, it spans away from your high school years to next steps. Yet, for a moment, let's consider the bridge. The bridge is one of support and connection. This bridge, it's solid. The bridge is made up of and supported by our faith, our community, our friends and peers and mentors, the religious educators and volunteers, our minister and youth leaders. We are all part of the bridge that has helped and encouraged your many steps as you grew into adulthood. We happily supported outings to neighboring faiths and carpools to OWL, and encouraged leadership in worship and in church roles like sharing music and childcare and kitchen duties and justice work like City Reach. And we will continue to support you and your hopes and your endeavors. We welcome your footsteps over the bridge and back again as you return to your faith community as a young adult. Doing so, you'll meet familiar faces, and you'll get to know the community of adults who are also crossing bridges and holding on to hopes in their own lives. So we light this chalice tonight for bridging youth. You are special to us. You are part of us. You are part of the light. Blessed be.
Thank you, Liz. We have done so well not crying yet. So now we have some music to share with you. This is music from one of last year's Bridgers, Leo Premru. He is singing the song So Glad I'm Here by Elizabeth Mitchell. And we also have some photos of our Bridgers and their time through the years with First Parish. So here we go.
I'm so glad I'm here. So glad I'm here. So glad I'm here today. I'm so glad I'm here. I'm so glad I'm here.
Yeah, they're showing
I'm
pictures.
so glad I'm here today.
It's been a big,
I'm
like,
gonna sing while I'm here. Sing while I'm here. Sing while I'm here today. I'm gonna sing while I'm here. I'm gonna sing while I'm here. I'm gonna sing while I'm here today. You know, love brought me here. Love brought me here. Love brought me here today. You know, love brought me here. Oh, love brought me here. You know, love brought me here today. And joy brought me here. Joy brought me here. Oh, joy brought me here today. Oh, joy brought me here. You know, joy brought me here. Joy brought me here today. I'm so glad I'm here. So glad I'm here. I'm so glad I'm here today. I'm so glad I'm here. I'm so glad I'm here. I'm so glad I'm here today. Yeah, I'm so glad I'm here today.
So Marisa is going to speak to us now.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here with you all. It's really special to see your faces, even if it's far, far away on a camera. Yeah, so many of you know me well, and many of you might have just seen my face passing in the church.
I'm in our service when I would like to invite the 4 bridging youth who are present tonight to light a candle of gratitude. Bridging is a time to think about the person you have become and the people who have helped you to get here. The people who have supported you and taught you how to love, the people who have taught you how to trust, the people who have helped you to become yourself. So I invite you, if you feel so moved, and I hope that you will, to tell us who you would like to light a candle of gratitude for. If there is a particular friend or mentor or parent or grandparent or aunt or uncle or sibling, tell us their names and who you would light your candle of gratitude for. And I have a candle here, which is already lit. So just as you're ready, unmute yourself. And when I see that you have done that, I'll ask you to speak. Olivia, Livy, why don't you go ahead? Thank you.
So I have 2 people. First, my brother Jack. For the most part, because I think I would have been late to school every single day if I didn't also have to drive him. So that was definitely helpful. And then my senior English teacher, who I met when I was a sophomore, Mrs. Burke, who's the best person in the entire world.
Thank you,
I actually
Livy.
have a candle.
Oh, you do? Good. Yeah. You lit yours too then, for sure.
I don't know how to use this. Getting help. Yeah, just anyway. There we go.
Wonderful. Thank you. Izzy, you ready?
Sure. Okay, my candle is for one of my school psychologists named Shane Nardi Williams. He's the best man alive, and I owe a lot to him this year, so candles for him.
Thank you for Shane. Sarah, Julia, how about you?
Okay, so mine is for my math teacher, Mr. Mack. He's helped me so much through just finding my way into loving math and all of that field there. And mine was my chemistry teacher, Mr. Kleeman. He just helped me a lot with, like Sarah, going into the science field and helping with a lot of the things I needed to prepare for college.
Wonderful. So gratitude for all of these who have helped you become the beautiful people that you are, such bright shining lights. Liz has a candle next for all of the blessings and the hopes for these bridgers from their families and from the congregation. So if you have a short blessing or hope that you would like to share, a candle of hope, a candle of blessing, just click on your little microphone icon and we'll be looking, and we will ask you to share your blessing or your hope. So we'll be watching. And Liz, do you have your candle ready? You do.
Yeah,
Good.
and I'll share one.
Oh, good. Thank you.
So my hopes for the Bridgers are 2 things. I hope that you trust in your inner voice and your inner guidance. You have cultivated through many years these tools inside of you. So listen to your inner voice. And the second is ask. Ask for help. It's okay. And it's okay not to know. So one thing as Unitarian Universalists, remember that asking the questions is part of the strength in learning. So I welcome other people to share their hopes and their wishes for their bridges.
Joanne, would you like to speak?
Yes, I would like to say
Good.
that
And also wave at me too. If for some reason I don't see you, just wave at me, okay?
I would like to just say that I am so proud of these graduating seniors who are being honored tonight. And I would like to send my love to each of them and my best wishes to every single one of them. And I happen to know one personally, Olivia Ray. And of course, I send so much love and good thoughts to her and her future success as I do to all of these seniors. So thank you for tonight. This was wonderful. I'm so happy to be part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanne. John Fry.
It hasn't been too long since I've been on the other side of this, but I really hope for those that are bridging to have courage and have hope for better days and better things always to come. No matter what life will throw, there's always a brighter day to come. And I hope that you have courage when facing the unknown and knowing that you don't know or you're not sure. Knowing that you're not alone is such a powerful thing.
Thank you, John. Thank you. Keith.
I'm sorry I don't know this crop of bridgers. I've been away from the congregation for 5 years, but I just wanted to share with you what I said to the last youth I mentored. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you, Keith. Ellen, are you waving at me? You need to unmute yourself. There you go.
Yes. I don't think you bridgers know me. But I want you to know that you have touched me so deeply. And yes, I was crying. Know that I'm 75. I hope to be around for a number of years yet. And I will be here for you. And if ever you want to get in touch with me and get some life stories from a woman that has lived a crazy life, I'd love to share them with you. Be well, take care of yourself, and be thankful every day, because blessings are bestowed just out of nowhere. So be alert and be looking for them. Know you're loved.
Thank you, Ellen. Did I miss anybody? I'm looking. Oh, Marisa, good, go ahead. Marisa, you're muted too. There you go.
I got it. Yeah, I feel so lucky to be here with all of you. And I know that probably overall we've been just sprinkled into each other's lives, but I just have such sweet memories with each of you in different times. And I want you to know that, yeah, I love what some of the things that came up, what Liz said about your intuition, like trusting yourself, and what John said about not being alone. And I just want to, I want to offer myself as a resource for all of you, genuinely, that you could call me. And I would love to hold space and listen to you, and that there is a network of people who are genuinely offering support and love. And I want to be one of those people. And I also just want to call out John, because some of the young adults who have bridged are creating a connection and a community, and all of you are so welcome there. And I hope that you join, because it's been really healing and nurturing for us to gather online together. So I'm excited for you all, and I look forward to connecting.
So now is the time for our bridging. The bridge is the metaphor that we use to symbolize the passage from being a youth or a teenager to being an adult. In our community, youth usually, though not always, cross that bridge when they finish high school. Though everyone's journey is their own and it happens in their own time. And becoming an adult is, of course, a journey. As Liz said, it doesn't happen in any single moment, but over years and even decades and over again. I remember when I brought my newborn twins home from the hospital, thinking desperately we really could use an adult around here. I was 37 years old at the time, but I was a brand new parent. And that becoming never ends, of course. No matter how old we are, we continue to make transitions, we cross bridges into new stages and phases all the time. We cross into marriage, we cross into parenting, we cross into divorce, we cross into middle age, into new jobs, into education, into older age, retirement, and finally death. The changes happen all throughout our lives. And one thing we know for sure is that it is easier in community, where there are people who can show us the way. Our bridgers, as Marisa said, are all invited to join the young adult community that Marisa is gathering. And we hope that you will remain connected to First Parish, no matter where you go geographically. We hope that you will know that this congregation is always part of your home. But we also mark this moment in time, this crossing of the bridge into adulthood, not just for the youth, but for their families. So I would like to ask all of the parents and grandparents of Bridging Youth to unmute yourselves. And that's for all of the parents and grandparents who are here for Bridging Youth, whether or not your youth is able to be here, because I know some of them aren't. So I just want to talk to you for a moment, parents and grandparents. In the mystic Jewish tradition called Kabbalah, there is a creation story. We've told it in church a couple of times. And it talks about how in order to create the world, God had to step back. God had to contract in order to make space for the world to come into being. And in a way, that is what you have to do now. You have to step back to let your newly becoming adult have the room they need to grow, to become themselves fully, to take up the space of their own lives, to try things, to make mistakes, to take responsibility, and to move into their own future. This will look different for every family, of course, but it is still necessary. This creation of new relationships between parents and grandparents and children who are now young adults. So I ask you now, will you take that step back in love? Will you do the letting go that is required of you now, even as you continue to offer your support and your love? Will you accept this adult for the person they are becoming? If so, please answer, I will.
You will.
I will.
Thank you. And I'll invite you to mute yourselves again. And then I'm going to ask each of the bridging youth if you will unmute yourselves. And I'm going to ask you one by one if you are ready to cross the bridge into adulthood. And hopefully you will say yes, or I am. And then we will bless you. And I will ask everyone here to participate in the blessing by reaching out, putting one hand on your heart and reaching out your other hand. This is how we're doing blessing in virtual time, and then repeating the words of blessing after me. So we'll do this one by one. Livy, are you ready? Will you go first?
Oh, ready, yes.
Okay, so Olivia, are you ready to cross this bridge into adulthood?
Yes.
So will everyone put your hand on your heart and reach out to Olivia and say these words of blessing with me. Olivia, may you have courage for your journey.
Olivia, may you have courage for your journey.
Go with joy.
Go with joy. With joy.
Wonderful, thank you. Izzy, are you ready?
Very much so.
So will you put your hand on your heart and say these words after me? Izzy, may you have courage for your journey.
You have courage for your journey.
Izzy, may you have courage for your journey.
Go with joy.
Go with joy.
Go with joy.
Sarah, are you ready to cross into adulthood? Yes, is that a yes?
Running.
So hand on your heart and say these words after me. Sarah, may you have courage for your journey.
Sarah,
May you have courage for your
journey.
Go with joy.
Go
with
joy.
Julia, are you ready to cross this bridge into adulthood? Yes. So hand on your heart and reach out to Julia. Julia, may you have courage for your journey.
Julia, may you have courage for your journey.
Go with joy.
Go with joy.
So I present to you our bridging young adults, Julia, Sarah, Izzy, and Livy. And now John is going to sing for us Bridge Over Troubled Waters, which is our traditional song for this ceremony.
When you're weary, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Thank you, John. So good. So now we are going to say our traditional words of blessing that we say to our bridging youth. So I will invite you to unmute yourselves, even though I know the sound will be funky, but it's important that we all say these words together to our bridging youth, the 4 who are here and the others who are here in spirit and love and in our hearts. And we will put the slide up with the words so we can read them together.
Unmuting the sound. Laptop.
There's your bridge, friends.
Love it.
I love it.
Okay, so let's say these words together. May the nourishment of the earth be yours, giving you strength. May the courage of the morning and evening light be yours, giving you vision. May the protection of the ancestors be yours, giving you comfort. Wrap our love around you like an invisible coat to warm and shelter your life. Go forth with joy, come home to us often, and may your days be good and long on the earth. Amen. Amen. So I invite everyone to stay for the postlude, which is a video presentation created by Holly Estes, and it features all of our graduating and bridging youth. So let's see that.
Henry Clark is a graduate of Groton Dunstable Regional High School. He is looking forward to a carpentry apprenticeship. He has a love of dogs and nature. In the words of his sister and mom, he is sweet, kind, and the best big brother. Izzy Connors is a graduate of Littleton High School. She's off to the University of New Hampshire to study biochemistry or genetics. She's an accomplished athlete and worked as a lifeguard. She considers her participation in City Reach to be a very meaningful experience. She's hosted Coffee Hour for 2 years. She's resilient and caring and will be missed by younger siblings Simon and Georgie. She's off to do amazing things. Catherine Donovan is a graduate of Hollis Brookline High School. She's off to Plymouth State University to pursue nursing. She's filled with joyful energy, and she's dedicated, persistent, and has a great sense of humor. She's a team leader who shows up every day with a huge smile, and she's an accomplished athlete. Julia Hudson is a graduate of Groton Dunstable Regional High School. She's off to the University of New England to study applied exercise science with a future in physical therapy. She managed the boys' JV and varsity lacrosse teams and the girls' varsity field hockey team. She was a member of the Best Buddies program and was awarded the Brian C. Kane Class of 1999 scholarship. She's known for her work ethic, kindness, generosity, and passion for equality. Sarah Hudson is a graduate of Groton Dunstable Regional High School. She's off to Wheaton College to study astronomy and physics. She was a member of the field hockey and track teams. She was a peer leader and a member of the National Honor Society. She was awarded the John Nutting Memorial Scholarship. Sarah is determined with a strong work ethic and a passion for justice and fairness. Max Kowalski is a graduate of North Middlesex Regional High School. He's off to the University of Tampa to study entrepreneurship. His musical experiences include percussion instruments with participation in concert band and wind symphony. He was a member of the cross country and track teams and is a fantastic team member. He found service learning and humanitarian work rebuilding homes in New Orleans and working in the food pantry in New York City to be very meaningful. His travels to Belize during his junior year were memorable. Livy Ray is a graduate of Groton Dunstable Regional High School. She's off to Simmons University to study political science and journalism in the honors program. She will also be on the crew team. She hopes to be a domestic or international correspondent. She was a member of the Music Honor Society and Chamber Choir, with performances at Carnegie Hall and Disney World, including many solo performances. She regularly sang the national anthem at basketball and lacrosse games. She coached basketball at her alma mater, the Applewild School. Ivan Sturm is graduating from Groton Dunstable Regional High School with high honors. He's off to Clemson University to study chemistry with plans to attend medical school. He was the captain of the varsity golf team this year. Ivan is hardworking and cares deeply for his family and friends. He's always happy to step in and help and volunteers his time for community outreach projects. Jacob Tessier is a graduate of Neshoba Valley Technical School. He's off to Fitchburg State University to study architectural engineering. He considers City Reach to be a valuable experience, and he enjoyed hosting Coffee Hour. Jacob values his relationship with his mentor, Dave Kimpton. He is kind and charismatic and enjoys the company of his friends. One of his favorite pastimes includes playing video games. Trent Tessier is a graduate of Groton Dunstable Regional High School. He's off to Bridgewater State University to study health science and athletic training. He enjoys all sports, but especially soccer, basketball, and track. He was touched by his experiences with City Reach and found helping with childcare at church to be a valuable experience. Trent is caring and compassionate.
So blessings on all of these bridging youth. They are good gifts to the world. And now I will say good night. Thank you so much for being here. Go in peace. You be a blessing to this world.